This season on About Jobs TV, we're going to be talking about the staff that has, taken from a word, amass. So I'm introducing to you the Collector series. What are you going to learn in this season? You're going to learn how to have as a staff. You're going to learn what to have. You're going to see the description of a staff tag, the collector. You're going to see the benefits of being the staff that has, and you're going to see the disadvantages of being a staff that does not have. We're going to talk about job scamming, which is a major trend that is going on in the marketplace, the labor marketplace precisely. We're going to talk about the benefits of being the staff that has, and we are going to talk about why you should not be desperate in the job search process. So ensure that you watch this season to the end. We have about 6 episodes to go. Make sure you watch everyone. Let's go straight into episode 1 about Jobs TV, the Collector series. So let's start with a quote, as I like to do during About Jobs TV. And I'd like you to think about this all throughout the series as you watch. There's a scripture in Matthew chapter 13, verse 12, and it says, "To him that has, more is given." What does that mean? Think about when you have been searching for a job and the mindset with which you search for the job. Did you think of yourself as the person that has, or did you think you were searching for a job because you didn't have? Let's go more into the Collector series. I'll see you there. About Jobs TV is powered by the School of Performance. At the School of Performance, we provide books, courses, services that will help you move your career to where it has to be. So it's not enough to just watch About Jobs TV and get some snippets. You can get into the nitty-gritty of information and practical tools that can take you to the next level. We have books like Planning for a Good Job, Keeping Your Job, Mindset of the Employer versus Employee. We have courses like Secrets to Working Smarter, courses like the Ultimate Guide to landing your first job. We have the Career Planner, which is the ultimate solution to actually building the career of your dreams. The School of Performance is designed with practical information. This is information we got through experience with employers, employees, and people who are making things happen. So it is something to invest in when you are building a career. Let me tell you, personal development is a non-negotiable in building the career to the next step. So what you know, but what you don't know might be keeping you from where you want to get to. Visit the School of Performance today. So the word that we are reviewing during the Collector series is the word amass. And amass means, according to the dictionary, to gather or collect over a period of time. There's another definition that talks about gathering together in a group, and that is amass. Over the years, while you have worked, or even before you started working, there are things that you must have amassed, and these things form the value basis that you are bringing to the table in this transaction with a would-be employer or a current employer. This series wants to point to you what you need to have, how to have, and how to present what you have to get the best out of your career. So let's look a bit more at the things that you should have as a staff currently in an organization or as somebody about to enter the labor market. These are non-negotiables for everybody who calls himself a career person. Let's go through the steps. So here are the things that you must have when you want to enter into a transaction with an employer. And these are the things that give you the advantage. Remember the quote, "To him that has, more is given." What must you have? One, you must have a personal brand. A brand defines who you are in a way that we can be sure about what to expect from you. Two, you must have vocabulary. Vocabulary has to do with the way you speak, the intonation, but also the technical jargon that has to do with your industry that you're choosing. So if you're an IT person, you need to understand what Java means. You need to understand what HTTP is. If you are in the space of marketing, you need to understand what is conversion. You need to be using those words even more frequently when you're having these discussions. Apart from vocabulary, you need to have content. Content actually pushes companies forward today much more than capacity. Why? Because content exposes your capacity. If I have a discussion with you, I can tell what I would expect from you when I engage you into a project. But if you know how to do certain things, but you don't have content, then it's unlikely that I'm going to give you the opportunity. In fact, a lot of companies these days are beginning to employ content managers and content writers because content is now key in connecting with the client. Four, you must have a network. A network are a group of people that have come to know you for your strengths, for who you are, and what you can bring to the table. Everybody has a network. At least you were born in a family, so you know people that you grew up with know you. You went to school with certain people. These people know you. The larger your network is, or the more valuable your network is, you begin to look more valuable to an employer that wants to take you on. So you must consider being a member of an association, a group, an alumni that gives you an advantage in pursuing your career dreams. What to have? I've mentioned one, a personal brand, two, vocabulary, three, content, four, network. Now we're going to the space that you are already familiar with, and that is skills. Skills is the basic thing that you are exchanging for salary. What is the employer buying? Your ability to do, your ability to read, your ability to write, your ability to analyze, your ability to relate with customers, your ability to convert inquiries into sales skills. Not only must you have skills, you must know them. You must understand your proficiency in them. So, are you a basic at this, or are you intermediate, or are you advanced? And skills are what you must be able to tell somebody about yourself, and they should be able to roll up your tongue at the drop of a hat. So if I'm asking you what value are you bringing to the table, I'm asking you what skills do you have that can help me as an employer from where I am to where I need to get to. The other thing that you need to make sure that you have is experience. Experience is not necessarily through paid employment. Now, I've reviewed and created over 500 CVs in the course of my career as a career coach and a performance coach. And sometimes you have CVs of people that are just entering the labor market, and because they're just entering, they write things like, I have no experience. You're shooting yourself in the foot. It's not possible that you don't have experience because you've worked in church, you've helped your parents do certain things, you've helped an uncle do something, you have written, you have typed a document. Would-be employer does not care how you got the experience, he just wants to know that you have experience. Do you have experience in writing? Do you have experience in sending an email? Do you have experience in washing clothes? Do you have experience in talking to people? Do you have experience in holding an event? You push forward what you have. You must have something when you're coming to the negotiating table with a potential employer. Remember, to him that has, more is given. On a final note, fortunes. This we will talk more about in the course of the series. But if you are a staff that has fortunes, you are bringing a stronger stance in your negotiation. What do I mean by fortunes? You have money in the bank, you have a car, you have a laptop, you dress well, you look good. The employer begins to see you as an advantage, and somebody that already has assets is somebody that appreciates how to get assets and how to grow assets. So imagine two people walk into an interview. One is wearing a shirt and trousers and shoes. They look just, barely okay, and he's here for an interview. And when he was dressing up, I mean, in his mind, he says, I'm looking for a job, so what do they expect from me? And then somebody else goes to borrow a three-piece suit, wears clean shoes that are shining, walks in with a car, the car keys in his hand. Anyway, he drove the car. When they're coming in for the interview, I tell you, the other one is going to be given a bit more audience and a bit more of an air than the one who is just dressed normally. Sometimes employers might think because this person is dressed this way, they can't afford you, and they begin to negotiate. Whereas the other one, they will not negotiate. They'll basically just give you what they have, or even, slash it a bit lower. So, what I want you to take away from this part of the series is what the quote says: to him that has, more is given. Outline everything you have, use everything you have in your war for getting your career to where you want it to be. About Jobs TV is powered by the School of Performance. At the School of Performance, we provide books, courses, services that will help you move your career to where it has to be. So it's not enough to just watch About Jobs TV and get some snippets. You can get into the nitty-gritty of information and practical tools that can take you to the next level. We have books like Planning for a Good Job, Keeping Your Job, Mindset of the Employer versus Employee. We have courses like Secrets to Working Smarter, courses like the Ultimate Guide to landing your first job. We have the Career Planner, which is the ultimate solution to actually building the career of your dreams. The School of Performance is designed with practical information. This is information we got through experience with employers, employees, and people who are making things happen. So it is something to invest in when you are building a career. Let me tell you, personal development is a non-negotiable in building the career to the next step. So what you know, but what you don't know might be keeping you from where you want to get to. Visit the School of Performance today. So recapping, what have we learned in this first session of season 2? We've learned that to him that has, more is given. We've learned the definitions of amass. We've learned that amass is somebody that gathers things over a period of time. We've talked about the things to have, and this is what you need to have at the top of your mind when you're negotiating. Remember, if you're not amassing in your career, you will be regarded as the rolling stone that gathers no moss. Don't be that person. Be the staff that has amassed. You'll watch out more for the Collector series. See you next time. I'm Fumi Bajlaye, your host on About Jobs TV. Thank you for joining.